this is Stan with TopSurfer.com. Hey, I missed last Wednesday posting a newsletter, and that's probably the first time in like 5 years that I've missed, if I've ever missed. And the reason is that I had some problems with PayPal, and many of you may know that PayPal has been coming down on the industry. Basically, they're freezing accounts and stuff like that. And this isn't uncommon. They've done this in the past. And matter of fact, 10 years ago, they froze our account, and that was back when we had a bunch of companies doing Ponzi schemes, and some of them were pretty obvious that the math would never work out. But we weren't doing that, but they still froze our account. And I said, fine, I'll remove you. And I removed them, and they unfroze it and let us go again. And so after a couple of years of not using them, I realized that they started to become more user-friendly again, that they had gone under some legal problems. And so I knew that they were starting to be a little nicer to their customers again because of those legal issues. And so I had contacted them and said, hey, a couple of years ago you froze us because of TopSurfer.com, and you assumed that we were a Ponzi scheme or an MLM, which we're not. And I would appreciate it if you did a review of our site and let us know if we can add PayPal back. They did that, and they got back to me and said, yeah, you can add PayPal back to TopSurfer.com. I said, great. That was 8 years ago. I said, great. We added them back. We haven't had any problems. 2 or 3 years ago, I actually requested to get a merchant account through them. So not only was I accepting PayPal payments through them, but I was accepting credit card payments through them through a separate merchant's account service. And that went fine. That was going great. They actually probably reviewed the account then as well. But somehow in their infinite wisdom these days, they've decided to go on a headhunt again, and they've targeted us, and they for some reason thought, they've targeted this whole industry. I don't think they gave us a close look. I think they just kind of glanced at us and said, yep, they're doing it, and let's shut them down. So they shut me down, and I asked them to review it. They refuse. They won't even take a second look at it, which is really horrible customer service. I've actually been, over the last 8 years, I've actually been pretty happy with their customer service, but something has dramatically changed. And I don't know what it is, but that's horrible customer service to not even give it a second glance or anything like that. I asked them to even explain to me how they thought we were multi-level, and they won't even do that. And as you may know, wholesale membership is not multi-level. Wholesale membership pays out 100%. All it is a reseller program. It pays out 100% to one person. That's it. And it's very, very good services that we're offering. I mean, we even have hosting services with wholesale membership, which is well worth by itself $10 a month. So anyway, we're just going to kind of ignore PayPal ever existed now, and we're just going to move on. No use holding any harmful thoughts to them. We'll just move on and just ignore that they ever existed. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to add back in Payza. A few years ago, Payza was having a little bit of difficulty. They had a rocky time. I'm going to give them another chance, and I really like their site. I really like their the integration, how you can integrate them into websites. They do a very good job at all of that. Their customer service in the past has been not that great, but I've found that I can get a response really quickly from them now. I'm pretty happy with how they are panning out now. So I'm going to give them another chance. So for wholesale membership, we now have the option to pay with Payza. That's if the person that referred you, who is reselling it to you, offers Payza as an option. I would encourage you to have a Payza account and add it. There's also the option to do money order, so you can add money order into your account as well, or so you can be paid by money order as well. And also I had the option to do Bitcoin through BitPay. I've always been a little leery of Bitcoin in the past because it would have to go through an exchange and be converted to money so that I can actually use it. I'm not the type of person that wants to sit on Bitcoin. Some people like to sit on it and gather it up. But I'm the type of person I actually just want to buy groceries. So I want to go through an exchange and convert it. And we always had this problem back when e-gold was around. And so I I was kind of leery of adding Bitcoin, but then I came across BitPay and found that they'll automatically, once you reach a certain amount, which I think is like under $10, once you reach that certain amount, they'll automatically put the money into your bank account. And I have done, we have had people pay us through BitPay, and it works out great. And so I'm really happy with them. The only problem is I can't create a dynamic form through them like I can with Payza. Like Payza, you just give us your Payza email address and you plug it in, and we'll generate the button for you. With Bitcoin or BitPay, I can't do that. So you have to create a button for each one of if you're selling up to 12 months. If you're only selling 1 month, then you just need to create one button. But if you're selling up to 12 months, then you have to create one for every month of option that people can buy from you. And we have full instructions on how you do that right here. If you have any trouble at all, just click on this this little chat feature here and chat with me, and I'll be happy to help you with that. So we now offer Payza, money order, Bitcoin through BitPay. I also added a different option for alternative payment method. Now we have had the option to pay with an alternative method. The instructions were a little bit more complicated and had some pretty strict requirements to do that. And so I've removed that. So if you are currently accepting through an alternative method, you'll need to go in and change that, and you'll need to follow these instructions here. So with that being said, so we offer these 4 methods right here. With that being said, I am open to other options. I have looked into and I'm in the process of verifying my account with a couple of other ones. I'm not sure if I'm going to add them or not, but if you have another payment processor that you really like that you want to add and that you want to sell wholesale membership through, then by all means contact me and let me know. And I'll be happy to look into it. I have over like this last week, that's been one of the things that have taken the longest, is I've been doing so much research on all these payment processors, just going into them, and investigating them and seeing, basically everything I can about them, and just something that I could feel good about referring you guys to, really. So here's what we offer right now. So the next topic that I want to cover is the ability to be able to pay out to you guys for surfing. So we do pay to just go in and look at advertising and stuff like that, which you may be aware of. And to be able to pay you, I can't do that through PayPal anymore, which was our only way that we would pay before. And so now we're looking into a couple of other options. I'm in the process of verifying one in particular account, which I think will be really good. And if you have any recommendations there, I'd be happy to listen to them. I have also had a few people contact me asking me how come they didn't get paid last Wednesday, and I actually would even ask them what they prefer. One time I thought about doing Payza, but Payza is not accepted in every country, and so we had people that said, hey, in my country I can't even accept Payza. So anyway, I do have an option that I'm looking into right now. It looks like it'll be a pretty good option. I'm just in the middle of verification with them, and so once I find that out, I'll let you know. Hopefully, I can have that set up by this Wednesday. If not, it might have to wait till next Wednesday. So I'm sorry if, this is out of my control. That PayPal just out of nowhere did this without any explanation or even warning. And so we're just going to, roll with it. And hopefully I can have you paid out within, by, if not this Wednesday, by next Wednesday. Anyway, hey, we're just going to go full speed ahead. TopSurfer has been around for 15 years now. We're doing great. I actually have a new design that's just almost ready to roll out that I'm going to implement. It's going to be a whole restructuring of TopSurfer. We're building it from scratch, so we're not taking anything from anybody else. Any other websites that have been previously created, we're not taking those scripts. We're actually just redoing what we have. So it's going to have the same features. I think it'll be a little more user friendly as far as being able to navigate and stuff like that. And all else fails, just chat with me. I'd be happy to point things out to you. And if you happen to see where it says contact us instead of online, then just leave me a quick little message. Or if you try to contact me and I'm not available, if I got up to go to the bathroom or something, then just type in your question, and then I'll reply back to you by email. So even if I don't chat with you right away, I'll usually reply back by email. So If you have any questions, you know, pop this thing up and ask me them. Anyway, hey, wish you all a great week. And next, not this week, but next, we have Thanksgiving here in the United States. So, hey, I'm grateful for all you guys. Grateful for the community, and like I said, I've had this site for 15 years, and I'm grateful for that. It's been a great thing to have. Been a little bumpy at times like this, but hey, we just roll with it, and that's all we can do. And so have a great week, and we'll see you at the top. Thanks.